Alrighty, this is again the fourth one since I'm uploading right now. And again, the entity goes psychotic. You're already psychotic stalking as an airport, stalking in planes. As I publish the evidence online, as the entity is, for example, witnessing me laughing while I'm speaking of all of the consequences, more and more planes. This is psychopathic pacing, okay? And it's shared by the people of the state. They're demons as well. They're very mentally ill, and they are obsessed, and they are always acting to their own demise. This is an entity, again, that is sacrificing its own family. They're going to be impoverished. They're going to be homeless. They're going to be put in prison. They're going to be committed. They're going to lose their positions. And they're engaged in that while they are all focused on me. I just want to document that's the fourth plane. It's 6:36 a.m. The entity is maintaining plane activity here. Everybody inside of Starbucks, many of whom, excuse me, yes, Starbucks, but I mean Stater Brothers, they are indeed stalking. Here goes the fifth one. You need to understand that this is, I just walked through the neighborhood. They're stalking over Vine, hovering. They crossed the street over here. This is, you're understanding the bigger picture. Remember at 815 Holt Boulevard at the Superior Grocer on the opposite side, they're hovering, even continuing hovering to stalk in that parking lot. Don't forget about that evidence. This is the entity that is indeed stalking, and they're doing it in front of the world. And the mentally ill, psychopathic disorder, this is antisocial and psychopathic, is the cause for what is a threat to national security because it's a population of them. And they lose control. They do not cease to engage in it as they're caught. You're looking at the evidence, a pattern of losing control. This is also what is murder. This is equally evidence of losing control. They're doing it knowingly on camera, knowing exactly where I'm at with that government. This population is going to be prosecuted for the conspiracy to murder. And I went through the neighborhoods and I documented their addresses and I put it on the internet, and I will be prosecuting them. P.O.C. License 8005003. Going into the grocery store, stalking like psychopaths. Hunting me down. They're going to pay for that. Okay? Not just with monetary resources, but they're going to prison. They're going to be locked down and confined. 6TUL 769. This is the same entity that's pacing. They're coming on the ground and do it. This is what the entity was doing. Plane after plane after plane after plane. They share in that mental illness. It is currently 6:37 a.m. This is that teamwork. That team is imploding. P.O.C. Seconds later, 6:38 a.m. Here's another one. This would be the sixth. This is UPS, a murderer. They engaged in murder in Kentucky. This is what they were doing. They were targeting. That was not an engine malfunction. This is what an entity is doing, falsely exposing, reporting to you in order to create the spirit of fear while they are indeed targeting American citizens, keeping them under surveillance, practicing witchcraft. All right, and this is what UPS is doing. UPS and the demon operating this plane doesn't have the spiritual authority or power or consent. What they are going to do is hand over all of the money with which they're using criminally, expending upon terrorism, terrorizing the person that's here to prosecute them. That's what UPS is accomplishing. Sharing how they are a threat to national security. This is the sixth plane. It's 6:39 a.m. Psychopathic pacing. These are the mentally ill. They're the demon possessed. This is the Nephilim. P.O.C. Stalking in the grocery store, shadow all around, in front, behind, to the side. They're stalking with the government. And these are the ones that commit murder. And the gang stalking police are not investigating it. They're a part of that ongoing sacrifice. This is a society of the demon-possessed who are being prosecuted, and you see them lose control. This is the entity calmly, silently losing control, while the entity loses control, having 6 planes, one after another after another. They are maniacal psychopaths. Okay, POC, 6:41 a.m. All right, this is a parking lot full of defendants, monitoring with the entity that just exposed all of them, because this is how gang stalking operates. And this is indeed stalking as a criminally cooperative system. They are all gang stalking together. They are all monitoring me together. They're also all studying devices, pacing all around while the entity has this fest of planes and all this foot traffic underneath here, while they have the equally impossible light activity of shadows all around their person, and the fake sun hasn't risen yet, but this is exactly where it's going to rise. Remember where it rose yesterday in Upland, California at the Upland Public Library. License 7UDR15. Co-conspirator of murder. Heartache. sexual assault and battery, and routinely engaging in that as well. This is called blocking. They're stalking. This is a threat too. License 91580D4. Knows where I'm at. Those are not accidents. That's the gang stalking conduct. They're going to be prosecuted as the predators that they are. There's the government. And the people of the state are the government as well. It's vicariously committed. The people of the state are not private citizens sharing in the public entity's pattern of conduct. Moreover, this is called malice. She's doing the same thing, blocking the path. And by blocking, making sure that they are in your path to create activity. You don't have to obstruct my ability to pass. You are making sure you get in the path to create activity, which is a federal offense in furtherance of murdering me. You don't have any warrant or probable cause to block my path. Tracking my steps. Demons. Stalking. P.O.C. Stalking with noise. It's monitoring. This is an employee who's inside gang stalking systematically as well. That's the basis of federal prison. All right, this is Stater Brothers at 646 West Holt Boulevard. Everything underway inside of this venue is monitoring me, which the government is proving before I even enter the venue. And the government includes the people of the state. These are demons. So the precision with regard to activity creation is not based on intelligence. I'm showing you how unintelligent that they are. But it's because they're not human beings. These are spirits, monitoring spirits. And that is a means of domestic terrorism, which has never before been contemplated under federal law. But it is no less proven with regard to this tangible evidence, which is the P.O.C. This is the Ontario Village Shopping Center, specifically 646 West Holt Boulevard. The entity that has the fake sun rising over me at Upland, California at the Upland Public Library is documented keeping the fake sun so perfectly aimed through the covered structure in order to coat this wall with engineered light so that I can be subject to sexual assault and battery while they're engaged in vagina monitoring on the inside of this venue. Okay, this is the entity that's engaged in, don't forget his name, David Quinones. Okay, and employees like Ricky and those systematically monitoring, engaging in that in furtherance of murder with complete disregard for your rights as an American citizen. This is the fabric of what is the federal RICO case. Every business in California is engaging in this. They're businesses that are sharing and sacrificing American citizens. Their primary purpose is surveillance. They happen to serve products and provide services while they do so. P.O.C. It is currently 6:53 a.m.